So good morning to everyone. This is a challenge, and to start, I want to thank you, our partner Pulse, that provide us an invitation, so we came here. So regarding Efacec, okay, so Efacec is a very huge company in Portugal, that we have 10 business units, and our focus is in energy, mobility, environment, cities, and the digital connectivity, okay? So regarding Efacec, okay, we have a long history. We have 74 years of technology and innovation. And regarding e-mobility, we are in the market more than 12 years. So we have a lot of experience. We have a lot of data that we have from chargers. And we also provide, our focus is also product manufacturing, systems integrations, and OEM service. So we can provide all the full package. And for sure, I have a use case that I will explain to you guys, okay? So electric mobility, what we are doing in Portugal. So we have 12 years of our experience. So you can see that we start in 2009. And I joined Efacec some years before that, where we can start to create the first smart city in the world. That starts in Portugal. The name of the city is Évora. And as you know, the smart cities is like collecting a lot of data points from a lot of sensors from huge networks. So you have waste, public electricity, smart meters, automation, protection, waste, all the type of sensors. And one of part of it was electric mobility. So I get in love of that subject, and I study more about that subject, and I joined electric mobility, and then we create this huge portfolio. So for the beginning, we have that project MobiHe, okay? So on this long road, we have DC chargers, ultra-fast chargers, and in 2019, okay, that is a big game changer, okay? Because, as you know, the world is changing, okay? We have the COVID, now we have the inflation, and we have the war in Ukraine, and we have to do business as usual, okay? So for that, we have to adapt, and it was a long fight that we have. We have the shortage of components and so on. But regarding that, we are very focused on, of course, charging solutions. I'm not providing EV chargers. We provide charging solutions for our clients so they can use it and create value. And in 2020, we launched HV350 Generation 2. That is a higher power charger that can supply 350 on continuous mode, any kind of rate, okay? 2021, we launched a new technology, a modular system. What we also do, okay? So we have portfolios like public charging, private charging, quick charging, ultra-fast charging, bus charging, and charge point management system. Of course, because you start to deploy all these assets in all the world, okay, you need to have a system to control them, collect data. And what differentiates us from the market, okay? We have 12 years of data, okay? And we have the data, have more information, okay, and we can provide more value to our clients. That's the main reason that we can provide them EV charging solutions, not EV chargers, okay? So to have a very quick concept, because I am on this world about so long, okay? And some persons don't know the main difference on AC and DC, okay? Because sometimes I have an AV car and I want to charge an AV charger, and I have a supercar. I will not name a brand, okay? And they say to me, oh, I have not reaching the power that my car reach. And I say, look, on DC, the master is the car, okay? It's not the charger. What this means, okay? Every time you connect a car to a DC charger, they announce themselves, okay? So the car says, so I am the X car, and my voltage is this one, and my amps is this one, okay? And also the charger announced to them, okay? Because the charger have a big power, okay? They have the grid support them, and the car asks them the power they need. So, of course, the cars have very kind of constraints, temperatures of the battery, and so on, so on, so on. And sometimes you can, for example, I have one brand that can charge, for example, 260 kilowatts in some conditions, but on average, they charge 150, okay? So our portfolio, we start on AC, 3 kVAs, because we are talking about AC, and we can go to 350 kilowatts. So I put this slide over here so you can have a very clear overview what's happening and what is the main players of the network, okay? So Charge Hub Europe is a very concerted association in Europe that have the big players on this kind of framework. So if you look to this, okay, to install the EV charger, you have this kind of players. You have the energy utility, you have the grid provider, you have the CPO, the manufacturers, okay, the installation provider, the site owner, of course, the EV driver, and the OEM, okay? Why they are everything connected? Because we are seeing a lot of trends on the markets, okay? So for now, you are going to charge by RFID or a app, whatever you want, but for the future, everything will be connected, okay? So it's like when you're looking to the smart city, okay? In every part of the smart city of the puzzle, you have a network, and that is one network inside. Everything is a network. It's like a fractal, you know? Okay, so looking to the smart cities, okay? So as I said before, we provide charging solutions, and we have different scenarios, okay? So at home is one thing, okay? At office is other thing. To the shopping is other thing. To a highways is other thing. And to the depots is other thing, okay? Of course, you have always the constraints of the grid. I think in this country you don't have it so much, but in Europe we have a lot of constraints because the demand is so huge, okay? And our clients, they create revenue charging the vehicles, so they need a lot of plugs, okay? And the challenge, gentlemen, is you never know how much time the EV driver will be parked on the spot, okay? Because the guy, maybe they have money, okay, just left the car, go shopping, and you are losing revenue, okay? So for that, starting from the homes, okay, we have home chargers and public chargers, depend on the use case, and normally the charger just connects, the charger is connected to the system, and in the future, in some cases, you can have vehicle to grid. But vehicle to grid is a long subject, and I don't have so much time to explain this. Just look to the real projects, okay? Now I will drill down real projects and the differentiation that we can create the value to our client. So looking to this, okay? So this is a restaurant, a very popular restaurant that we win a project for 150 chargers last year. And you can see the chargers, the differentiation that we are creating. We have all the chargers connected to the EV core, the CPMS, charging point management system. It's like a SCADA that can manage all the assets and so on. Then our differentiation is from the market, the EMS. What is this? EMS is the energy management system. Because on this store, this is like a package. They are producing energy, okay? And all the EMS are monitoring all the loads from the store. So for example, on the Picto store, they get less power on the EV chargers and so on. So you never have any kind of outage, okay? So this is our differentiation. And of course, in this kind of platform, okay, if we have a app, okay, you can charge in the EV chargers, and also you have the connection to roaming. What this means, if you are from Spain or something, okay, you can use the same subscription that you have in Spain because all the network is connected. So I will not name the brand, but yeah, you will see we have 150 chargers, okay, that we are start to install and, in this restaurant, okay? So, oops. I think one slide is missing. Okay, so behind this slide, okay, we have the architecture of the depot. And a depot, no, sorry, not a depot, is like a distribution center for trucks and so on. And the big differentiation that we have here, we have different kind of scenarios. We have sequential charging, charging overnight, okay, and you can apply this regarding the software. Our vision, and because our focus in the chargers is to do the basic is charging and security for the end user, okay, we have a framework, okay, that we put outside on the chargers and we implement all this use case. LMS, load local management, okay, so we have a system that can integrate all the smart meters you have on a feeder, okay, and look to also to the transformer and provide the best use case for the distribution center. So I will show a video, one very important project that we have. Please ignore the brand, okay? But it's a very reference project, the first project for long journeys in the distribution in Sweden, okay? Don't we have sound? Sorry, sound on the video? No, it's not. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so this is one example of distribution, okay? So it's a very strong partnership that we have. And Efacec work a lot with automakers, truck makers, and so on. So we can understand what they are doing in the future, and we can add these kind of features in our solutions, okay? This is very important for us because I don't know if you are aware of it, to charge a car is very different to charge a truck in Norway or in Sweden because you have the snow, okay? So you have to have the heatings and all the stuff, okay? So looking to this very impressive use case, so supermarkets, okay? How we can do in supermarkets, how we can manage, is almost the same thing, okay? But for example, this brand in Portugal, they are very well known, is like I can say, everyone expect high expectations from this brand, okay? So they have a lot of supermarket chains. So they have 250 chargers already installed and exploring, and they have also a app, and this app have a lot of differentiation because, for example, this app, they have a loyalty program, okay, that you can collect points. So for example, you go charging and you win some money to go shopping, and all the advertising from the promotions, okay, is on the app. So what we can create this kind of differentiation. When we mount our solution, we create a private cloud that provides us a WAF. That a WAF is a protection for the cybersecurities, so nobody will enter on that. And we integrate our system in their ecosystem of the client, okay? So like our system that is isolated and integrated to the ecosystem of the client to create value to the client. What this means, that we have integration with the ERP of the supermarkets and everything is connected, okay? So this is an example. KC is 45, 50 kilowatts on a supermarket too, and they have a lot of AC chargers, and they use the app. The user experience is amazing, okay? We have a very good I rate on this case, okay? Highways. Sorry, I'm trying to speed up. I don't have so much time. Highways. Highways is a very different scenario because you want to charge very fast, okay? So in this kind of highways, we adapt it, okay? Of course, we need grid power to support it, okay? Otherwise, it makes no sense, okay? So we don't use so much LMS, okay? Because everyone have 25 minutes to charge a vehicle, okay? So you use occasionally charging that we use HVs and KCs. So we can have some site for example, 350 kilowatts and 120 kilowatts. Of course, you mean, well, it makes no sense to have 350 kilowatts. Yeah, depend of the car, yeah. If you have a Porsche, you can up to 270 kilowatts, okay? So this is one example, highways in Portugal. So we have a 7K of chargers DC installed around the world, okay? I'm putting examples from Portugal because it's my hometown, okay? And I'm promoting Portugal, so you can visit, okay? So in here is the highway in Portugal, and the main highway, we are electrifying in every stop You go there, you see one HV and one KC 45, or you will see one HV and one KC 120. So in that scenario, you can charge 4 cars at the same time. Okay? It's more than enough for the demand that we have now. In the summer, it's true that is the issue because everyone is traveling and sometimes you see a line over there. Okay? Office. Office is a different story, okay? So because you have to do peak shaving and all the stuff, I forgot to put here the LMS, but LMS is a very important topic because everyone arrives to the office at the same time, okay? So you have to balance all the peak shaving, and you can do this because normally in the main office that we are selling, we win a huge project for one of the biggest fleets in the world. They have 700 EVs, okay? So they are installed a lot of AC chargers, and they have some DC chargers only for the pure electric, because they have the scenario that you charge when you are working, okay, and we can do the load balance for it, okay, and use when the energy is not so expensive. And of course, you have the DC charging, okay? And the people that work on that office, they also can charge at home, okay? They use the same app, and the account will be paid by the owner of the company, okay? So in Efacec, we have a commitment that we'll reach the EV 100, so we are changing all our fleet to EVs and plug-ins, okay? So this is other example. In Portugal also, in Brisa, they have 700 EVs, okay? So we are installing also AC chargings for this company. So regarding all these projects, we designed this charger because we can have simultaneous charging, we can serve 3 cars at the same time, and we have this differentiation of data. So I can connect to a CPMS, I can connect to LMS, I can connect to EMS, okay? And I can receive all these data points and do all the load balance. And we have a very important topic, DC meters, okay? So the people that are using the energy, they are seeing the energy that is certified, not measured, but some kind of board without calibration. That's what justifies our premium price sometimes, okay? Because the meters don't have so much in the market, okay? So looking to this, okay? Of course, the EV experience for us is very, very important. And one thing that we look, and this slide is from Charge Europe, I just put with a layout from Efacec. So in here you can have subscription or not, because some people are going to a new country, and if that operator don't have roaming, because some reason they don't have a contract or something, okay, they can stay in anonymous, okay? But in anonymous, you don't have so much advantage because you don't have data, okay? And the data is the power on this case. So you can go to the EV charger, just use NFC, do the payments, and or can just scan a QR code, go to the link, just go to the bank and do the payments. On the other hand, okay, if you have a subscription, you can have different options because you have the data, you know your client, you can do advertising on a app. That's one thing that I promote. So a lot of persons put cable of retractors and chargers and so on, so on, so on. And why you do that? Why? Because, yeah, they have some challenge to parking the car, whatever, but I know the car of the guy, okay? So if I give a tutorial, okay, I put that in the USA market, okay? So I give a tutorial when the driver is near the spot, how to spot the car, okay? So you know, it's a Nissan Leaf, oh, you have to put on this way. You have a Volvo, you have to put on this way. So you don't have one more piece to do maintenance, okay? So if you have a subscription, you can use your app to pay to a MSP. You can use the chargings, okay? For example, the plug and charge, and you have a lot of advantage. In this scenario, you can use smart charging. You can use energy management, offline charging, because you have a whitelist. So if the charger have no connection to the network, you can have a whitelist and use it. And you have tailored pricing, you have premium prices, you can have plug premiums, okay? You have VIP premiums, you have the guy that will request all the power, and of course, you have plug and charge. That is the future for sure, okay? So I only have 1 minute, okay? So trends of the market, okay? What we are looking now, some years ago, everyone was talking about smart charging. Yeah, I do smart charging, yeah. Yeah, they talk, but they don't apply it, okay? So Now they are, because now the demand is so huge, they are starting to apply the smart charging, and that is the trend now, okay, in short term, and also vehicle to grid. We have a pilot for vehicle to grid. I am not so adept of vehicle to grid because every country will be a law. For example, in Germany, you can only supply 11 kilowatts and so on. Yeah, it's a long history, but and I don't believe so much that cannot damage the battery. So, but that's my opinion, okay? But it's a trend. We have a solution. We are implementing this in Iceland or Portugal. The second trend is plug and charge, okay? Plug and charge is ISO 15118. That is a connection from the charger to the vehicle, and also ZPP 2.0. Of course, you can have the light one that is also BP 0.6 plus California law, okay? So that's other story. But the plug and charge is like, okay, so you just go to the charger, just plug and charge the car, do the authentication to the system, and in the end of the month you have the bill at your home, okay? So this is the trend that we are seeing, because if you are seeing what the big players on the market they are doing, automakers, they are creating associations with like kind of Lego, CPOs, and EMSPs. So they have the plug and charge, okay? And for example, I launched a car and I say to the EV users, with this car, you can charge in Legos or other CPOs, okay? And don't need RFIDs, don't need apps, just plug and charge, okay? That's a very cool feature also for the fleets. And the third trend in long term, we can talk about end of this year, beginning of next year, is the mega stations, okay? And the mega stations have different scenarios. You can apply highways, but for special, because we are talking about higher batteries that demand 500 amps, huge amount of kilowatts, okay? So that's the scenarios for the depots, okay? EV hubs. So from 2010 and 2022, we have a lot of R&D projects. One of the R&D projects that we have done is the EV hub. Okay, what is the EV hub? We charge with green energy. That is our focus. Okay, so we have our chargers connected to the storage, we have the PV generation, and we have the systems that can control all these assets. And more and more and more and more, the assets that we are putting, they have to speak each other. Okay, so that's a very important point. Otherwise, we cannot control anything, okay? That's the main reason they call smart grids, smart charging. So they put the smart on a device, so we don't have to think so much. That's the good thing and the bad thing sometimes, okay? So looking to Abu Dhabi, okay? So remember, I talked that we have EV charging solutions, we have CPMES, we have chargers, and so on. And we adapt to the use case of our client. We want to create value to our client. So this is a real case. So you can go visit the booth over there. You have the most impressive charger over there. It's from Efacec, okay? And also we provide them the full solution. We provide the chargers to this partner that we have in here, Pulse, and also we provide the CPM solution. And once again, we integrate with local operators. Why? So this is the amount of charge. This is real, okay? So in the beginning of the year, we have this number of charge time and energy supplied, okay? And you can see in May, no, in April it was a good year, May it's not over, okay? So they have also the app to create the user experience, I will show. And what we have done is the differentiation. Of course, we have the SCADA that is looking to do all the assets and all the stuff that is the EV core, and we integrate to Etisalat servers to the payments, and everything is local, it's not on a cloud. Everything is installed in Abu Dhabi, okay? So that's our differentiation. We can adapt to every use case, so our client give to the EV driver value, okay? So I will end my presentation. Sorry, I take more 5 or 10 minutes to the user experience in here in Abu Dhabi, okay? It was a pleasure. Thank you very much.